Hello, hello. Thank you so much for being here. We'll get started. So as always, we can take a few breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, release in whatever way feels good. Today, let's do some swinging. So we'll plant the feet and just swing side to side. A few more. Okay, come back to center. Let's rub the hands together. Separate. Inhale as we move in. Exhale as we move out. Go with your breath. Okay, we'll place the palms over the eyes. Long, deep breaths. We can imagine lighting up the eyes, the brain, the muscles, bones, skins, and cells. Feel the top of the palm on the eyebrow bone, the bottom of the palm on the cheekbone. And let's make circles. Other direction. Okay, slide the hands down the face. Face massage. We'll inhale up the sides of the nose. Exhale down the sides of the face a few more times. It's refreshing the whole face. Rub the hands together again. Once again, separate. Inhale as we move in. Exhale as we move up. Moving with the breath. Head massage. Then we'll squeeze the back of the neck all the way down into the shoulder line a few times. Okay, sweep down the front of the neck. Circle upper chest, middle chest, belly, down the legs, get those knees. We'll make our C shapes with our hands and just sweep down the shins a few times. Come up the calves, backs of the knees, thighs, and then spend some time warming up the low back. Okay, we'll come into our lung channel massage. So under the collarbone, we slide until we hit the shoulder bone. Palm faces forward, little massage here, lung one. All right, up the shoulder, down the arm, around the thumb, turn down, tip of the index. Come up in between. Inhale as we cross the body, nourishing the internal organs. Exhale, brush away. Other side. So under the collarbone till we hit the shoulder bone, palm faces forward, little massage. Welcoming fresh energy. Okay, up the shoulder, down the arm, around the thumb, turn down, tip of the index, come up in between. Inhale as we cross, nourishing the internal organs. Exhale. Now the whole massage, gently tapping down the front body, up the back body, low back and kidneys, lung channel, large intestine channel, and the other side. Okay, feet come together. Let's do our side bends. So remind ourselves of the aura meditation. Each inhale, we fill up with fresh energy. Each exhale, we let go and imagine the space around us a little bigger and a little brighter as we let go, let go, let go, let go. Shoulders back and down. Inhale. Exhale to one side. Inhale, center. Exhale to the other side. Do one more at our own pace. Okay, open up in horse stance. Knees are bent, elbows are bent, in, out, rotate from the waist. In, and out. One more on our own. Back to center, warm up the hands. Warm up the low back. Slide the hands up over the kidneys. Let's rotate, circle those hips. Other direction. Okay, back to center, feet together. Our knees rotation. So start by massaging the knees. Okay, hands on the knees, and we circle. Other direction. Okay, shake it out. All right, we'll start our 8 health investment exercise, beginning with low cleansing. So let's inhale, exhale, open up through the chest, extend through the fingertips. Inhale, palms up overhead. Exhale, turn the palms down. Inhale, chest level. Exhale, back up the elbows. Inhale into the palms. Exhale, press down. Inhale, open up into horse stance, cross the arms. Turn to one side. Exhale, extend, turn the palm out. Inhale, bend. Exhale, extend. In, cross. Out. In, out. In, feet come all the way together. Gather in. Exhale, press down. Little bend in the knees. In, out. Stretch up and down. Stretch through the legs, the arms, the spine. In, sweep the palms. Out, stretch. In, come back. Out, press down. Other side, in. Out. In, sweep the palms. And out. In, gather in. Out, press down. Open up the feet just under the hips. For this exercise and the next, we'll imagine releasing down through the earth. Shoulders back and down. Neck, relax. Let's use our eyes. In. Out, look over the shoulder. In. Out, other side. In, hands on the kidneys. Out, over the shoulder. In. Out. In. Hands face up in front of the chest. Out, over the shoulder. In. And in, gather in. Out, press down. In, interlace the hands in front of the chest. Out, overhead. In, turn the palms up and come up onto the toes. Out, turn the palms down. So we just do our best with our balance. In, out to the side. In, out, other side. In, gather in, and out. Open up into horse stance, cross the arms, make gentle fists, come to the hips. In, cross in front of the lower body. Out, brush away. In front of the chest. Out to the hips. In, out, turn the head. In, the fist comes up. Out, punch. Rotate the wrist, come back. In. Out, turn the head. In, the fist comes up. Out, punch. Rotate the wrist, come back. Take a full breath. Cross in front of the lower body. In. Out, brush away. In. Out. In. Cross with the hands open. Out. Step out of the horse stance. Press the hands down. Okay, rotate the wrists. Little bend in the knees, bend in the elbows. Inhale. Exhale, stretch through the arms, the leg, the spine. In, turn the palms up. Out in front of the belly. In front of the chest. Out overhead. In, stretch. Out, fold. Okay, so lift each toe, either just with the toes themselves or grabbing the toe if you can. Lifting on an exhalation. So I'll say the toe and the meridians associated, and on your exhale, you'll lift. So big toe, liver and spleen. Second toe, stomach. Third toe, stomach. Fourth toe, gallbladder. And last toe, urinary bladder. Okay, hang loosely. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Come on up. Hands come to the back. Keep the knees bent, lean back. Okay, gather in. Exhale, press down. In. Out. Open up through the chest, extend through the fingers. In, third eye. Out, heart level. In. Out. In. Out to the side. In. Out. In, third eye. Out to the other side. In, gathering, and out. Place the hands on the low belly. Just take a moment. Notice how we feel. Okay, Qi Gong for hormones. In. Out, drop the hands. In front of the chest. Out, backs the hands forward. In, make cups with the hands, come to the hips. Out, stretch back. Into the hips. Out in front. In, third eye. Out, stretch. In. Out. Cups with the hands. In. Out. In. Out in front. Turn the palms like we're going around a big ball. Full breath. Inhaling back to the third eye. Out, stretch. In, out. Gather in and out. Okay, push hands. So let's inhale like we're gathering energy into our lower dantian, our lower energy basin. Out, pressing the palms forward. Two more like this. And the next three will be more active. We'll make a sound, a little ha, and we'll jump as we exhale. Ha. Two more. Ha. Ha. And now three smooth. Beautiful. Gather in. Exhale, press down, nourishing the whole body, mind, and let it go. Let's scoop up a handful of energy. Give it to the low belly. Twice more. And we'll close with a bow so we can step the feet together. Bring the hands into prayer, down to the heart. Fold as much as is comfortable. Paying respect to all living beings. Okay, come out of it when you're ready. Press down. Thank you so much for the hearts. And we close by clapping. So you can clap like hard and loud. I'm doing it softly for for the microphone. So we end clapping hard and loud. So we're cheering for ourselves, cheering for each other, and we're also activating all the meridians through the hands. And once you've had a nice good session of hard, loud, like flat hands clapping, you can look at your hands, and if you have some good redness through your hands, you know your energy is flowing smoothly, your circulation is good. And if the hands are a little more patchy, then we just have a little more work to do. Okay, so that concludes our Qigong section. That was Philip Lai's sequence. And we're doing an online workshop with Philip October 5th. Everybody's welcome. Okay, let's come down to the mat. So we'll come down any way you like. We'll start on all fours with some cat-cows. So inhaling the crown and the tail up. Exhaling, rounding the back, gently pulling the belly button. Go at your own pace. Okay, come back to center. We can either make our way to a child's pose, so bum towards the heels, head resting on the floor or a support, or downward facing dog, whichever you feel more like for right now. You can add movement or not. Both positions, we're shifting the weight back. If you're in the down dog, for sure, you can bend the knees. Okay. Come out of it when you're ready. Just place ourselves somewhere comfortable so you can sit on the heels or stand on the knees or anywhere else. Let's take a moment just to circle the wrists. Other direction. Okay, place yourself somewhere comfortable. We'll be coming back to all fours in a moment, but I just want to take a second to connect with the breath. So you could be sitting, standing, even lying down. So let's just watch a few breaths. And pay special attention to what's happening in the pelvic floor. So you might notice on the inhalation, the pelvic floor lowers as the body fills with breath. I like to think of pouring liquid into a glass. And you might notice on the exhale, the pelvic floor lifts as the breath is gently squeezed out. And now take a moment and just notice what's happening in the rib cage. So on the inhale, we might feel a lift and widening through the rib cage as we fill up with breath. And on the exhale, we might feel a little lower of the rib cage and the ribs squeezing in as we release the breath. Okay, just one more thing. Let's just imagine the connection between the lower ribs and the pelvic floor. So as we inhale, notice how the space between the pelvic floor and the ribs becomes a little bigger. As we fill up, expand the body with breath. And as we exhale, notice how the pelvic floor and the ribs kind of move towards one another. The space becomes a little smaller. They kind of squeeze towards one another as we exhale. So doing this will help us connect to our core muscles. So just take 2 or 3 more breaths, just noticing. Maybe you're not noticing a lot today. That's okay. Still an observation. Even if we're not feeling a whole lot, we can have these concepts in mind. Okay, let's come back to all fours. So we'll do just a few more cat-cows, but with this concept of the rib cage and the pelvic floor in mind. So we inhale, and here with the movement, we're making the space even bigger. Head up, tail up. And then we exhale, squeeze together. So we're really exaggerating it with our cat-cows. We'll just do a few. Okay, come back to center. Let's extend one leg behind us, tuck the toes, and just rock forward and back. Okay, back to center. So we'll gently engage the lower core. So just drawing in. You can imagine the ribs and the pelvic floor kind of moving together. Lift the leg. So we'll still have the natural lengthening on the inhale and squeezing on the exhale, but we'll also just keep like a little subtle engagement the whole time. Okay, if you're comfortable here, opposite arm comes up, about 5 breaths. Feel the whole abdominal wall, the connection from the floating ribs down to the pelvic floor. Okay, bring the knee down, hand down. Let's rest in a child's pose or down dog if you prefer. And here, just let everything go. Okay, back to all fours when you're ready. So other side. So we'll extend the leg, tuck the toes, and first just rock forward and back. Okay, back to center. Gentle core engagement. Lift the leg. And if you're comfortable here, maybe the opposite arm. Okay, come out of it. Let's come all the way to sitting. So we'll bring the legs forward, but let's keep the knees bent and just again circle those wrists. Other direction. Okay. So keeping the knees bent to help protect our low backs, let's do a little forward bend. So we'll inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, tilt. And just breath by breath, each inhale we get a little longer. So you can feel the breath expanding through the body. And each exhale, feel the abs knitting together as we bring the belly just a little closer to the thighs. Couple more. Okay, come back to center. Let's get ready for a twist. So the bottom leg, I'm going to keep it long. If you want to tuck, it can be. The top leg, Can be either inside or outside. Interlace the hands around the knee. Lengthen through the spine. So we can even use the hands. Look for the upward pull through the crown. So we can just massage the crown of the head. The other hands can even massage the base of the skull. So looking for that lift. And once you're kind of feeling that sensation, just interlace the hands around the knee. Take a few long, deep breaths. Lower legs engaged. Okay, take it into the twist, twisting towards the bent leg. Back hand comes behind, long, deep breaths. So when we're thinking of the connection between the rib cage and the pelvic floor, the pelvis, we can also think of a cross. So like from one side of the floating ribs over to one side of the pelvis, crossing, and same on the other side, like an X. Just noticing on the exhales how those X's kind of like knit together. Another couple breaths here. Okay, come back to center. Pick up the bent leg, give it a rock, getting into that hip. Circle. Other direction. Okay, foot inside the thigh. So bottom leg is nice and engaged. You can totally put something under this leg if it's like really up there or hanging, or if there's any tension in the hip. So now we'll just slightly twist towards the long leg. Keep watching the breath. And on the inhales, feel the length, the space. And on the exhales, feel the front of the body, feel the abdominal wall just kind of knit together. So we can exaggerate it slightly just to really get that feeling. Up, down, and across. Also side to side. Okay, come back to center. Let's set up for the other side. So bottom leg extended, top leg either inside or outside. Interlace around the knee, long spine, long deep breaths. Relax those shoulders. Lift up through the base of the skull and the crown. Take it into the twist when you're ready. Okay, back to center. Pick up the leg, give it a rock. Circle. Other direction. All right, foot inside the thigh. Support the leg. Long leg, toes are pulling towards us. Slight twist towards the long leg. Bring some awareness back to the pelvic floor and the abdominal wall. Watching the way the breath moves and maybe slightly exaggerating the exhales, just knitting everything together just a little more. Okay, come back to center. So we'll make our way onto the back, but first put on your socks, sweaters, any extra clothing. If there's any props you would like for the relaxation, like something underneath the knees, could be a bolster or some rolled blankets or cushions. Or if you have a chair and you want to put your legs up on the chair. Okay, if you haven't come down to the back yet, we'll do it together nice and slow. If you're already there, don't worry, just hug your knees to your chest. Okay, if you have any back issues and you don't want to do this slow move, if there's any back sensitivity, you can even roll to the side and then come down that way. But if your back is feeling okay, then we can roll down slowly. So coming down like section by section and trying not to skip anything. So I find that's the most challenging here in the low back. Take our time. And eventually all the way down. Okay. Just three things before we go into relaxation. One, pelvic tilts. So make some space under the low back. Bring the hands. Inhale, tilt the pelvis towards the feet. So move the hip bones towards the feet, making a lot of extra space. So we're really over exaggerating the space between the pelvic floor and the ribs. And then we exhale, tilt the pelvis towards the head, hip bones towards the head, pressing the low backs into the floor and reducing the space between the ribs and the pelvis. So we'll just do a few inhaling, making more space, exhaling less space. And we can add the movement of ribs ourselves. So as we exhale, we can just bring those lower ribs down and in. A few more. Okay, come back to center, release the arms, and we'll just do a few pelvic lifts. So we'll inhale, Lift up through the pelvis. Exhale, lower. And if you like, you can use the arms too. We can inhale the pelvis up and the arms come overhead. Exhale, pelvis down, arms down. So however you want to do it, as long as it feels good for today. Just a few. Okay, the next time we come down, we'll come out of it, bring the knees in. Just do a few double knee tucks. Inhale away. Exhale to the chest. Just stretching that low back, releasing the low back. Okay, next time knees come to chest, we can open up the arms. Let's go into any version of twists that we like. Okay, come back to center. Let's set ourselves up for relaxation. So placing yourself in any position where you can just let everything go. If the back's very comfortable, you could have the legs extended. You could also do what I usually do, feet wide, knees leaning one into the other. Or if you have some supports for under the legs, that's really nice. So just get as warm and comfortable as we can. You might like something under the head. Let's give ourselves permission to relax. Let's very, 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 very gently start to wake the body mind. Inviting movement. Eventually giving ourselves a full body stretch. And once nice and stretched, knees to chest. Give ourselves a little hug. Rock side to side. And when you're ready, all the way to one side. And with the strength of the arms, press up. Make your way to any comfortable seated position. And we'll close our practice just with a little moment with ourselves. Hand on the heart center, hand on the belly. Taking this opportunity to give ourselves whatever it is we may need. Okay, we'll close with a bow, acknowledging, honoring the light, love, and wisdom within ourselves, within each other, and within all. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I hope you've enjoyed your practice and I hope you have an amazing weekend. I'll see you back here on YouTube on Tuesday, Google Meet on Thursday, and then Friday here again. So have a great weekend, everybody. Thank you so much for being here and take care. Bye.